It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see, the #3 team in the country, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Well, you don't see this every day. They're lining up for an onside kick on the opening kickoff. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Big-time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. Offense in a bunch formation. Power football with the run. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. While the Canes are known for big-time playmakers, tough physical running is part of it too.
Yeah, you got to be able to have a team that not just is about sizzle, and we've seen so many Miami teams about sizzle, but some substance with some physicality, the run game.
Scanning the field, it's back. Caught in the backfield, it's Springle. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they got the running back out on a route one-on-one. He's got to do a better job separating, though. Just not a good enough route so that when he caught it, he got tackled right away for a gain of no yards.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've got to get the football to the 32 to pick up the first down. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. On the move. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
We're seeing analytics become a bigger part of college football each and every year, and there is a good example of it. Opening drive of the game, you're across the 50, 4th down, and it says run the ball and go for it. Even if you don't get it, your opponent's going to have to drive a ways. There's still a lot of football left to play. Hindsight's always 20/20, but that was an excellent decision by the head coach.
Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4. Guys, it's almost impossible to overstate the importance of this game. The result might well be the cut line between really good bowl and the playoffs.
It's a really good point, Reese, because at this point of the season late, this is a resume builder, and this might be the win that you need to improve your status and impress the committee so that they put you in the college football playoffs.
Yeah, in these top 10 games, they get more attention. More people are there, more people are covering, more people are talking about it, more people are spreading it. So obviously to do it on this stage will go a long way to determining whether this team gets in the playoff.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. From the gun, the running back has it. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
Yeah, and that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Caught close to the marker. It's Bauman. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
They'll leave it with him. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
Got it! Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. How valuable is a tight end in the red area? Now they're set up with a first and goal.
I love it. Find the big fella down in the red area. Big target, works the middle of the field, easier throws. Nice job by this offense.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Miami!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football team.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule. It makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective, trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
To the air, it's Raiola. Working the middle, it's complete. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. The Huskers come to the line in the hurry-up. Unloads to the wideout. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Now on fourth down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. Needs it to keep this drive alive. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on fourth down and you decide to run the football, you got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
Makes the grab. It's Daniels. At the 45 on its way. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Handoff from the gun. Got it inside the 30 before he's finally pulled down at the 25. It's a gain of 6.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Caught near the sticks. It's Daniels. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
And the Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air, it's back. Plucks it out of the air. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll run the toss. Knocked out of bounds and sticking with that running game as they get deeper in the red zone.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off, and he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. And the Hurricanes want to pick up the tempo. Now on the move. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he's got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. From the gun, the ground game. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Pulls it in. It's Johnson. Spins away from one. Wide open on the right. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. It was quite a burden for Dylan Raiola a year ago, viewed as the Nebraska football savior. So, Jesse, how should he approach growth and improvement in his sophomore season?
Well, I think you got to continue to grow. There were a lot of eyes on Dylan Raiola last year, and for good reason. He is unbelievably talented, but you saw the swagger that he brings to the offense and that X-factor and demeanor he really brings to the team. They believe in him. They were able to win a lot of close games a season ago. I think it's not about resting on your laurels. It's about taking the next step to try and be better.
Wants to throw. It's Raiola. Looking to the big tight end. Working the big fella downfield and outside. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot. He's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. So nice to have a target like that.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Back to pass on second down. Going for 6. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
And the Huskers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Hunter. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. To throw, it's Raiola. The throw to the outside is complete. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Husker!
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Marion. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the middle. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Shakes off the defender. Still running at the 40. He's loose on the right. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Cave. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
He'll bring it out. It's Parker. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. To the air. It's Raiola. Finds his man. It's Key. And he's brought down after a nice game. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll snap it from the 26 on 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. And he's brought down after making the big catch, but not before he picks up more than 40.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Barney. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Going to take a shot on second and short. Release to the back. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Cornhuskers!
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. There he goes. Open it up. A dynamic return, explosive, and got loose on this kick coverage team, and they were barely able to keep him from taking it all the way. One more snap coming before halftime. Dropping back, it's Beck. Buys a little time with his feet. Touchdown, Miami! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he splits the uprights on the extra point. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. The short hands, it's Barney. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. The Cornhuskers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if you...
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Spins it out to the back. Finds his man. It's Johnson. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Back to pass, it's Raiola. Throws to the wideout. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half. Almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska! And the comeback is on.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Looking for a big play. He's got it on the outside. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. You get a guy who can do that on the outside, and it's sort of in the DNA of Miami's program.
Yeah, just speed. Those are guys that put fear in you. Those are the track stars that the Sunshine State produces so many of them. Those guys can absolutely fly.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Looking to throw, it's back. Unloads to the wideout. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. He caught it. Gets it inside the 5. The 4, and it'll be first and goal.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
The Hurricanes are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it on first and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hurricane! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
Nebraska, 21.
He'll bring it out. It's Bell. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. The sure hands, it's Johnson. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Back to pass. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And on that incompletion, I think the quarterback was being just a bit too careful, trying to throw that ball too far outside, obviously aware that the defenders are coming from the inside. You don't want to put it behind the intended target and risk the pick six, but he needs to be more accurate.
Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Trying to burn this defensive back. And that'll be incomplete as the pass is knocked away, but there is a penalty flag down. Let's see who it's on. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got it in the middle. It's Johnson. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. The Huskers racing to the line in a hurry-up. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, it's the worst possible time. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. Here's the thing. That's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Here comes the heat. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Stands in and takes the hit. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, the offense is in that fringe area. This is a place where a lot of coordinators like to take shots. They tried one there, just weren't able to come up with it.
Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll run it from the gun. The stop is made right at the 36-yard line. The defense coming up big on 3rd down. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And that's a really good response by this defense. Their offense throws an interception, puts them in bad field position. They respond with a stop, force a field goal. Yeah, they got 3 points, but great job by this defense.
Coming out with it, it's Bell. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. To the air, it's Raiola. Makes the grab, it's Barney. Crosses the 30. At the 40, there he goes. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Makes the catch at the 20. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Got it! They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Just keep slinging it. Quarterback now breaking the field. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And the defense is good with that. Get pressure on the quarterback, get him outside the pocket. You know it's a passing situation. Play half the field now. This defense is in a good spot.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskers. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the...
It's a seam wide open. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Canes. They tack on another score, and how about the way this team has responded to a loss and now about to move to 9-1.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's shown it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. UAB is getting cooked right now at home, and it's all over but the prime. A lopsided affair with miscues and missed tackles. They're trailing by 23 to North Texas. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. He's got it inside the 30. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. And the Huskers moving quickly to the line. Looking downfield on first down. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that.
The pressure gets to him. Quarterback is sacked, and the 2-point attempt is denied, and the lead stays right where it is. If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team, true to its name, as they make the grab and get the ball. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They'll try the outside to the left. Finding an escape route. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. Gets the back moving. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Pulls it in. It's Daniels. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Really nice job by the quarterback, dropping back, understanding. He knew his wide receiver was going to drag across the middle of the field. Good timing, waiting for him to come open, hitting him with the strike.
Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. Out of the gun to give to the back. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses, help set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
2 wins in a row. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Set to kick off.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Parker. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Back to pass, it's Raiola. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Cornhuskers want to crank the tempo.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Last completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Going the other way, and he's got room. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a...
He's trying to get it in. Touchdown, Hurricane! And the punishment has been extended. They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
Fielded in the end zone, it's Parker. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Dropping back, it's Raiola. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Touchdown, Caves! How about this defense taking one back to the house? The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been...
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disrupted. They've been all over the field.
Snagged in the middle, it's Johnson. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
No stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game. Well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll bring it out. It's Bell. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Dropping back, it's Raiola. Grabbed over the middle, it's Johnson. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. He wants a big play here late. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left. One more play to pad the stats. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Takes a hit as he fires.